All right, don't hand a drag queen a mic and a runway. Good evening, my name is Ray Dahl. Started out here in Richmond. My wife and I had moved from North Carolina. I had attended the University of North Carolina. They went through accreditation. I went to the School of the Arts in Winston-Salem in dance. They went through accreditation. So I came to VCU, which had one of the best theater departments around. They went through accreditation. So in doing so, I was a hairdresser, and on a dare through the theater department, went to Dial Tone. Linda and I met there. She worked at St. Mary's. Well, in meeting, we meet all these people, women, men, just a gay old time. We didn't know what was going on, being from North Carolina. I never heard the word gay. She definitely had not. And so, ended up on a dare, people tried to get her to put me in drag and run for Miss Richmond. If we did it and won, they would pay all expenses and everything. So we did it. Well, then became Barbara Parkins, AKA Babs, Teapot, I mean, every little name that you could get. But out of that, Linda and I pulled the group because we were so impressed with the talent, raw talent, actual singers, professional dancers, female impersonators. So we started the Awards Club of Richmond. And in that, we were able to pull all the drag queens, all the theater, gay theater people, and it was in honor at the end of the year, a banquet. Well, out of that, we would do different shows that started doing fundraising for the AIDS community. Well, from there, most of it was AIDS patients that had been involved within the Awards Club. Then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose, right here in River City. Everywhere you turned, there was a victim. Then it was children, women, not gay women, lesbian, but women. There was not enough money. There were not enough people. So everybody was reaching out to each other. If you knew someone and it was in your circle, you cooked. You gave whatever extra money to help this person. They would be literally thrown out of their homes just for having AIDS. Not because they couldn't pay the bill to live there, because they had AIDS. So in doing so, we started several different shows, and one of them, I don't know if some of you remember it, New York Show, Barbara Parkins' New York Show of Shows. We had two show on Friday night, 2 shows on Saturday night, and 2 shows on Sunday. Everybody that was anybody performed. The last 2 shows, which were on Sunday, everybody donated their tips and so forth, and that's one of the things that we started, and in doing so, that helped the food bank. At the time, that was the hardest thing, because everybody was spending their money on their medicine. It wasn't all being taken care of then. So it started with the food bank, and then as it started exploding even more, we ended up with helping the Fan Free Clinic, raising money there, and then out of that ended up with there's several. One for the children with AIDS at MCV, we started a birthday. If you were a drag queen, it was your birthday. Instead of throwing a big elaborate party and everything, you would do a fundraiser at one of the bars and donate the money to the children with AIDS at MCV. Then, finally, at that time, all the bars, you could not get them together to do one thing. It's me, my bar, my crowd, my group. Finally, they knocked their heads together and ended up Fund for a Cause. I don't know if you've been to the latest benefits and everything, but all the bars would get together, their group, bartenders and so forth, would end up doing drag numbers and so forth and running thousands. I think the last one that I remember was almost 15,000, and that got split in between the Family Clinic and also the food bank. So there was a lot of hard work, but it was fun, and we saw a lot of people survive and are still here today because of that. But one of the things that was so funny back in that day of doing drag, at Charlie DeRussie's steakhouse, if you were gay, you better come in with a female friend if you were a male, and if you were a female, you better come in with a male. Because if they did do the raid, and the bar stools, like at the table, they would lift up. And anybody that was odd, didn't have a partner, a male or a female, they would go underneath, inside, and it would slam, so that everybody was male, female, when they came in to raid. But we did progressively get better, because we had one policeman on Cary Street, loved the drag shows. Loved the drag shows. He would end up putting two other guys to do Carytown, and he'd be inside Carytown. Finally, his wife wanted to know, why do you smell like a woman when you come home and you're working a beat? He finally brought her. Well, they became lifetime supporters of the drag king community, and then that's when the relations got even better. Thank you.